You ever wish you could keep your best friend forever?
No, not like that, Curtis. We're talking about the at-home taxidermy kit.
That's right. Why say goodbye when you can turn Fido into a forever fur friend?
With our easy 3-step process, stuff, fluff, and pose, you can keep your pet looking as alive as ever.
Some people frame pictures, some people keep ashes, but with our kit, you can keep real eye contact with your loved ones.
Don't worry about that awkward smell. Our patent-pending, not-so-stinky formula keeps your dearly departed fresh as the day they left.
Plus, each kit comes with our exclusive expression kit. Want Fido to look surprised, happy, or maybe just slightly disappointed in your life choices? We've got you covered.
And for a limited time, upgrade to the Weekend at Bernie's edition, complete with posable limbs and sunglasses.
Order now, and we'll throw in a DIY deer head mount kit, because nothing says welcome to our home like a poorly preserved woodland creature in your living room.
Call today, or wait until you really need it.
The at-home taxidermy kit, because goodbyes are optional.
Brought to you by We Stand Corrected, the only podcast bold enough to bring taxidermy to the people.
I go ham on a bullet beat combined to Il Brio. Call the homies up and make tracks with my people. Cause when we join forces, we know that he is with us. We talk to him and keep a strong witness. So when I say I'ma take you to church, I really take you to church with every poem that I write.
Curtis,
Joseph.
it's episode 27. We Stand Corrected. Welcome,
Yes, sir. What's the good word today?
You know what? Just glad we can get back on this kick again. It's been a while.
Absolutely. Always enjoy it. It's fun.
Yeah. I was just thinking, did you ever happen to get a phone call?
You know what? I did. Shortly after we got done recording the last segment, I get a phone call from X liquor store in a certain area of Denver, and
Looking for some good cider?
this guy asked me if I was the one that called about the hard cider. And I said, I just kind of played along with it. I said, no, I never called about that. Really? Are you sure? Man, because I looked everywhere for my Cox and cider, or whatever it was called we had. I can't even remember now, but he said, I looked everywhere, and nobody carries it. And I said, well, it wasn't me that ordered that. Would you guess what this guy told me?
He probably had my name on his caller ID.
He did. Well, do you know a gentleman with the last name of... Yeah, I know that bastard. He's got one coming now. So.
Oh, shoot. Yep, he was like, how do you spell that again? That was
Yeah.
M-C? Capital C.
Oh, well. Another prank phone call to add to the books.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm just glad he called you. I never thought he'd call.
So you had an interesting topic that we thought might stir a little bit of feedback from our listeners and maybe even other people.
I did.
About how you travel. Like how, what was it again?
Yeah, so I just got to thinking. I was like, so when you say you're going somewhere, do you say I'm going down there or I'm going up there? And why?
Okay. I think for me, it kind of depends on the direction you're going. Like I would say, I don't know, if I'm going north, I'm going to say going up. Or
I
down
agree.
Down would be like south.
Yep.
Sometimes if it's like east or west, it might be out west or out east. Is it a Colorado thing? Or let us know. What do you think? I mean, is it, it could just
I
be.
thought like west was like over yonder.
That's like a southern thing, man.
I know. I've never thought about it as east or west. I've always thought about just up or down. And so like for me, since, I'm Denver suburbs, when I head home and you go to Colorado Springs, burbs, I always say I'm coming down.
Mm-hmm.
It's to the south, right?
So, like, I wonder how many people would consider it an elevation change.
That's where I was going with this, because then you talk about, because Colorado Springs technically higher than Denver.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than the Mile High City. You're talking 6,000 feet in the
You
air.
figure, like, in the Springs, the mountains are to the west, where I would typically say I'm going out west. But when I go to the mountains, I'll say I'm going up to the mountains.
Right? Yeah. So some people will say I'm going up because Colorado Springs is higher than Denver.
Mm-hmm. When I go to, like, La Junta camping, I go out to La Junta.
Yeah. You don't go east or west.
I mean, I don't really go down. I mean, I can't say I'm going down and out because it's southeast.
Some other
See, now
people
you've
could
got
just-
my mind fucked. You got me going, what the hell? It's kind of like that one podcast we did when I had your mind spinning about the
it still breaks my mind because I think I just said Colorado.
rad or rod.
I think I got to go back and check the beginning of this episode because I swear I've been going rod.
Oh, I just like to bring it up for you every now and then to keep you thinking.
But every time I say it, dude, it gets to me. It sits in my head. So like when I said it just now, I said Colorado Springs. Am I like a mix of a little rad and a rod? I think. I think I'm a mix.
Nah, you're more rad, dude.
I don't know.
It comes out more naturally when you say rad. When you think about it, it turns into a rod.
You know, I mean, who doesn't like a good rod?
Well, I mean, apparently somebody does. But I don't know. Let us know what you think. I personally, I think it could be a, depending on what part of the country you're in. Like you said, the whole out yonder.
Out yonder.
I've got some family down in the Louisiana, and they'll say, "Hey, y'all, why don't you come on over yonder?" I mean, which way's yonder? It's over yonder.
Over yonder. See, I was trying to think because there was a way to say it like that, which was east or west. So
You're Googling this right now,
I
aren't you?
am. I'm looking. Yeah.
Fact checking the yonder.
Which direction is yonder?
I'll bet you that's a highly Googled question right there.
It might be.
I'm going to laugh. It says, "Are you new to the South?"
Which direction? You know who you got to ask? There was that old Southern boy we used to work with that talked about the gaggle of.
I don't ever hear from that guy anymore.
No?
He was a funny cat, man.
So, yonder often means a little ways away. Not right here, but not miles away either. Barn's
Okay.
over yonder, past the creek. So,
Kind of like out that way.
but I heard somebody say this too the other day, so I can't remember what they said and referred to.
In reference to yonder?
No, west or east.
Okay.
Let's see. Dude, I love ChatGPT. Gotta love it. See, I don't know. It doesn't come up with it. And here I am talking and I'm praising it. But I think I actually read it on a comment online that somebody was using, so I thought it was quite funny, but I can't find it. So.
Gotcha. What else you been doing?
Getting ready for this cruise, man.
Yeah, man, me too. God, dude, it's gonna be awesome.
Shoot. What are you doing over spring break here?
I took the week off. I'm gonna spend some time with my daughter and maybe try to get some stuff done around the house.
Yeah.
But I want to take a couple of those days and do something fun with my daughter. Maybe we'll go see a movie, or she likes to go to museums, so maybe we'll do something like that.
She's a museum girl, huh?
She takes chip off the old block, man. The girl likes her old stuff.
Or she follows her old man.
The one place I took her that she loved was the World War II Aviation Museum here in the Springs.
I didn't even know that was in the Springs.
It's freaking awesome, dude. Out by the old airport. And they've
Is
got
that over
these-
by the Ramada that's got the airplane restaurant?
It is. It's just, yeah, it's down. You go past that, then you hang a left, and it's just down the way, kind of by that Coca-Cola distribution place.
Yeah.
But they've got like 3 hangars, and they've got any like B-25 bombers and a couple seaplanes, and they've probably got a good collection of planes in there.
Have you been to the Wings Over the Rockies?
I have. That's a good time.
Have you?
We went 2 years ago, and they had a F-35 there.
You're talking the
And-
one in Denver, right?
No,
Like,
there's one that happens in the Springs too.
But the one in Denver is like a museum. It's every day.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the air show.
No, like so there's a museum in Denver called the Wings Over the Rockies, and so it's in hangars and it has planes you can get up and explore, like the fighter jets and some of the old World War planes. And then they got like a Star Wars exhibit of some of the old Star Wars fighters that they used in the movies.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
cool. Huh?
Yeah,
I've
see,
never heard
you
of
gotta
that
put
one.
it on
I
the
might have
bucket.
to venture.
The-
I might have to go up to Denver and
You
take a
might
look
have
at
to
that.
come up here. See?
It's cool. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff.
And actually, it's part of the City Pass, and so I think that's what we're going to do over spring break. So
Yeah, you were telling me about that. What a bargain, man. That seems like a hell of a good deal.
yeah, for like $50, you can get you can pick 3 exhibits, and so you can choose like the Denver Zoo, the aquarium, the Wings Over the Rockies is included in that.
Oh.
The Colorado History Museum, the Denver Art Museum,
What was that? What was that history museum?
Colorado.
The what?
I said Rado, didn't
No,
I?
you said Colorado the first time.
I don't know.
Oh,
Did I?
You're fooling yourself now.
I'm fooling.
All right,
it's on
when
video.
when we publish this episode, you need to go back and watch this part. And
Yeah,
listen
but
to
even
yourself
when
say
I said,
Colorado.
I think I said Colorado Springs earlier.
You just said it again.
I
Colorado.
know. Rod.
Rad.
No, that was a rod.
I don't know about that, pal.
Anyways, so they got the Colorado.
Anyhow, aside from the rod.
The CO History Museum.
Okay, the CO.
You've so fucked me up in the head with that, dude.
I try. I got to keep you on your toes.
Oh my god! Every time I say it now, that's what runs in the back of my head. But there's like many, and then so like you spend like $50, I think, per adult, and you can choose 3, and you have to go within. So if you use one on one day, then you have the next 6 days to go visit the other 2.
Okay,
So the moment you go visit one, then your time starts counting.
that sounds cool.
Yeah,
Well, that's a
So-
good deal for $50 for sure, man.
yeah. So I know you don't come up here to visit the museums, so you might have to take her up here.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. We'll meet you for lunch or something.
Yeah. Well,
There's some good places out there off of Colorado
Boulevard. Yes.
and Boulevard. Yeah,
Yeah. It's too bad our spring breaks don't align.
I know. Yeah, right. Which yours is this coming week, right?
I'm on it. I'm officially on.
All right. Well, lucky you. I get
And
one
don't be
more
calling
week.
me in the morning, asshole.
Oh, you just wait. I get up to go to work about 5:15. I'm gonna call you by about 5:30 every day.
So do you go down to work or you go up to work?
My work's kind of, I'm gonna say northwest of me. So I kind of say I'm gonna go
Northwest. God,
over. Like when it's
Uh,
kind of close by, I guess I call it over. I go
You-
over to the park and rec or whatever.
we're gonna
it is.
have to talk about your direction. You go away from the mountains. That's
Yeah, that would be
northeast.
over.
That's northeast over yonder.
Yeah, that's kind. Yeah, it is kind of yonder, I guess.
Yeah, it's yonder. Yonder
Well,
east, not yonder
If
west.
I knew which way that was, but I'd call it yonder.
You'd probably go a long ways in the yonder. I like
You
yonder.
got to take it over yonder. It's just the best way to go. Many people think it's the greatest. I think it's probably the best.
Yeah, we like
Ice cream.
For real.
see a friggin' ice cream truck in the middle of a speech and turn around and walk and go get ice cream.
Folks, come on, folks.
And then sometimes he'd go, "It's just the ice cream." He'd get real creepy and whisper, right? Like, I know every president's got their little quirky thing. That was definitely his.
Yeah. Well, so does the other one.
The other one talks with his hands quite a bit. It's just, there's got to be peace with Russia. Russia's never going to have a good land without Ukraine being involved. And I've talked to Russia. I've talked to the dictator Zelensky. And I've talked to the governor of the 51st state of Canada.
Did you say that the dictator orange guy? Is that what you said?
No, I said Zelensky.
I heard dictator.
No. We got a new president now. Oh, fuck. Well, we
So
don't
was
really
he
wanna
going
do that.
down with that, or was that up? Can you clarify? Was that down or up when he was?
I saw
doing
the last
tasting?
guy go down the stairs a few times.
Is that right?
We'll spare you all from the politics. Me and Joe could go on. We've been going on with this conversation for, 2 hours now? 3 hours?
The last 8 years.
It's been 8 years. At least an hour a day for the last 8 years. It's been wonderful.
Yeah. Well, the conversations were all Trump for about the last 4, but I mean,
Gives us something to talk about.
yep.
Keeps
so
your fire lit.
it's your turn to make the prank phone call. Okay.
We got to come up with a good one first.
Dude. I don't know.
I don't know. What do you mean?
Yeah. Come on, folks.
So you know what I've seen on a couple of videos, and I've always wondered about it, is you take 2 different phones, you call 2 different Chinese restaurants, and you put them both on speaker so they're talking to each other.
Yeah. Seen this.
I think that would be hilarious. Next time we do a podcast in the same room, we're gonna have to do something like that.
And see if it works. The chances of them picking up at the same time?
Yeah, but I mean, eventually somebody will say hello and somebody will answer, right? It's not going to ring all night.
Oh, man. Yeah, some late night Chinese, 12 a.m. delivery food.
We should call an Indian restaurant and a Chinese restaurant.
Oh,
That would be hilarious.
yeah.
We had a night. There was one night, Joe and I were hanging out on my back patio having several cold beers, and I had been to Las Vegas recently before that, and I collected all of the stripper cards that they were handing out on the strip, and I must have had 50 of them. So we busted them out, and we were looking through all of them. But we got the idea to start calling the numbers, so we called this one and set up a meeting at was it the Luxor?
Oh, there was a whole bunch of hotels we were using. And
It was funny. That was the one told you there's not a 31st floor on the Luxor, dumbass.
yeah, but then, so then I got smart and I was like, all right, I remember I was in this tower at the Excalibur. So I think I started saying, because I can't remember the name of the tower now, but back then I knew the name because I had just went too. So I think I even gave my exact room number.
Yeah, you did. I remember that. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, this has been it's been at least 12 years ago.
It's been probably more than that.
That was a long time ago. That was when we were hanging out with the guy that was shooting bottle rockets off out of his hand, like that same summer. And not letting go of them because he was
We
not
tried
used
to get
that
that
sort
guy
of
on the
thing.
podcast. Turn me
Yeah,
down.
what the hell ever happened with that?
I don't know. Maybe he's
Just
listening.
ghosted us?
Wouldn't be the first time.
You know who you are, okay? You got to make it up.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Maybe might even have to have him do the fish across the floor sometime, like you did at your mom's house.
Oh, man, that was a good day.
You could give this guy like 2 beers, and he would be like fall down drunk.
Yeah, but I told you he ended up like quite the beer drinker later on in life.
That's what you were saying. I guess I'd have to see it to believe it.
Shoot, he was drinking more than me back then.
That's crazy. I'd have to see it to believe it.
See, shoot. Well, you know, I like to tell a lot of Republican propaganda.
It's all true, every bit of it. Okay.
Whatever, fool.
Whatever, fool. So, what's your weekend look like? You doing anything good over your spring break? I know you had made some plans about going somewhere.
Yeah, we're going to the Great Wolf, man.
Nice.
You've never been yet, huh?
I have never been. I've heard a lot about it from you, and it looks like a good time for sure.
That's good for the kids. I mean, there's not so much for the adults there, but I mean, there's a few cool things for the adults. But I mean,
you're not like a big pool guy though.
Pools, yeah.
You like pools?
I don't like lake water. I'll go to the beach. You won't catch me 30 feet off the shore, though.
Until we go this time.
Yeah. I mean, so like for me, I don't know if you know this. Like, I am paranoid over water.
I know.
I am absolutely paranoid, and so like when I was going through college, in order to graduate and get my bachelor's degree, do you know what I had? You know what my absolute last class was?
Swimming.
I put this bitch off for 4 years. Until, like, that was the requirement for me to get my bachelor's, was take one of those classes. I had to take that class. And it came to my 4th year, and I'm dreading life, dude. Because at that time I couldn't swim at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ended up going to the YMCA down there off Jetwing, because they gave like a private lesson for like $30-$40 or something a lesson.
Okay.
Dude, and I ended up knocking out, like, just learning how to doggy paddle right away. Like, I was just doggy paddling. And then so, like, when we got to the class in college, the instructor was a hardcore, like, swim guy. Like, my man was, like, legit, like, USA swimming type.
Like Michael Phelps.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like, you had to perfect your form on the front stroke, the backstroke, the breaststroke, and so I'm like, so I walked up to him, I walked in his office, and I was like, yo, I'm paranoid as shit right now, dude. It was like, I can't swim. Like, what am I going to do here? So he gets me in the pool, and he's like, all right, you can doggy paddle. Like, you'll be fine. And so never knew how much a difference, like, flippers made in the water. Like, what a lifesaver to begin with, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I got to use, like, flippers learning the front stroke. And I got pretty confident through all this with that. And you know what the final was?
What's that?
500-yard swim was part one of the final. And then with no stopping, 500 yards. So, and then you had to tread water. The second part was treading water for 1 minute with no hands.
Okay.
That was the final. So, like, and at this point in time, like, I'm probably in some of the best shape in my life, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no way in hell, though, I was ever good enough to do 500 yards of a front stroke up and
That's
down
a
the
long
pool.
way. The 500 yards is a long ways.
I could do it, but I work my ass off to do it. Like, I literally have to fucking work my ass off. So he taught me this. It was called the elementary backstroke. Do you know what the elementary backstroke is?
I'd probably know it if I saw it.
So imagine being on your back doing an upside down breaststroke. Same kick,
Okay.
basically same, but you're upside down.
Mm-hmm.
So I got this thing fucking perfected, dude, and I just glided on my back the whole way. So his thing was, all right, so since we're learning to be PE teachers, like, you remember these small cues that kids learn. And so as you're doing this stroke, you remember soldier. So you're in the water, you look like a soldier, you're at like attention. Mm-hmm. You bring your arms up to chicken, and then it was airplane, and you swam. And so I kid you not. So when you kicked your legs like the breaststroke and you did the airplane, I'd hit about like, I don't know, 5 to 10 yards at a time across the water.
Wow.
So I was doing that at like, 5 to 7 strokes to go 25 yards across.
That's pretty good for a not swimming guy.
So when I get in the water now, like that's all I'll do because
That's your go-to.
yeah,
That's okay.
yeah, like because I can glide.
Yeah, I mean, you're able to handle yourself in the water. That's what's important.
Yeah,
There's
but
no
you
style to it.
And thankfully, like if he would have asked me now to tread for a minute, like how, like working my ass off at that.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting here and the water's like this, and like I'm kicking, like it's the hardest cardio of my fucking life at that point because
Yeah.
like I don't float well to begin with.
Right.
So
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's an accomplishment. You learned something. You took something away from the class,
yeah,
and
but
you'll never forget it. It's like
that's
riding
why-
a bike.
that's why I don't like. No, I'm not as good as it anymore. I've lost
You're
it.
out of practice.
Yeah, I can't. I can do the elementary backstroke, but doing those front strokes, I don't kick as well. I can doggy paddle, but I still work my ass off for it.
You know, my wife used to teach swimming lessons, so when we're on that cruise ship, she might work with you a little bit on that.
Yeah, but that salt water you just float in no matter what,
Yeah, that's true.
so it don't really matter. But it's like that's why I say you get me out in a lake, dude. I'm panicked.
So speaking of lakes, I was, I follow the marinas on Pueblo Reservoir on
Oh,
online.
I saw that they shut down
Did
the
you
North
see that?
Marine.
So they gave them an extension. They're going to be open until November of 2025. But I know, like, some of them big boats have been in there since I was a little kid, and I don't even think those people have trailers for them anymore. Some of those folks are living there.
Yeah, well, they said it's a big hazard, like with electricity and all that, from what I was reading.
Yeah, so it's like a 50-year-old marina, and they wanted them to repair it, but when they made the repairs, they wanted everything brought up to code, and they can't afford it.
That's freaking nuts because because they're gonna shut it down and tear it all out.
Yeah, it's
Can
a
you
shame.
imagine what the South Marina is gonna be like from here on out with as many boats that go on that water?
Well,
That-
did you know that to even, like, if you want to reserve a slip to keep your boat in that marina, there's like a waiting list.
On the north,
There's
or the
no
south?
more room on the south end. They're
The
already
south
full.
one's smaller too, if I remember
Yeah,
right.
yeah, significantly. But, for that lake to have that many boats, I mean, you look at all the boats in that marina, and there's really only 2 boat ramps on that lake, 2 major boat ramps.
That's the only one that you can do now because of the mussels.
Yeah, so that, you have to get inspected on both of them.
Mm-hmm. Because
So,
all the
I
other
mean,
ones are
it's-
closed now because you can't just
Yeah.
drive them down anywhere now.
Yep, the zebra mussels. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'd hate to see it go. It's a staple there for sure.
That's going to be a business killer.
It's a big part of Pueblo's economy and the state too.
Because like trying to get all those boats on the res on those weekends.
Oh God, man, it's going to be awful.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens. I guess if they do close it, I was talking to my dad about this, and I think we're both in agreement. But what I would see happening is if they do end up tearing it out, they'll clean up all that stuff, and then they'll put it out to bid for some other developer to come in and open up a new marina. They're going to have to.
That's a lot of money, though. I mean, CPW didn't even want to take it on because it was
No.
that much money.
Right. It'd have to be a private thing, and I think that the marina just leases that from Colorado Parks and Wildlife.
From what I read is that there's a new owner that bought it, so then when they did all that work, they can't afford to do any more to it.
Right. Yeah, and the repairs, I mean, they had that storm last fall, and the repairs that are needed are going to be more than it would cost to just demolish the marina.
I thought that's
Which-
what they were going to do, was demolish it because that was a cheaper route, from what I read.
That's what I said.
Oh, did I miss
That's
something?
why they're going to demolish it, because the repairs are too much.
Gotcha. I missed that. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I get it.
You know, that's. You must have had that lisp. You're talking
You,
with.
you must have had that, the thing. You must have had the thing. No, you weren't listening all the way there.
Sorry, Elon was going down yonder on me. Okay, I was
Hey,
distracted.
he must have found some Biden corruption down there. Got to fix that problem too. Fuck.
He was finding all that oatmeal from Stormy.
Oh, stop. You're finished. You always got to go there.
Stormy's oatmeal.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I'd hate to see the marina go to the wayside, but, we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll save it. Maybe they'll open something new.
You know what that means?
What's that?
You're going to have to come up yonder to the old Chatfield or Cherry Creek.
I know. I
and
may
hang
have
out
to go up
here.
to Cherry Creek Reservoir, man. I've always wanted to go camping there.
Yeah.
It looks like it's really nice.
Yeah, get your Keep Colorado Wild Pass, $30.
Yep, absolutely.
Get in for free.
The cool thing that Colorado does now is you can add it to your vehicle registration.
That's what I was saying.
And we did that last year. It was nice.
Yeah, $30 instead of paying $80 or whatever it is now.
Absolutely.
I don't know what
figure
they
you
go
go
now.
3 times a year, you've paid for it.
Yeah, because
So-
it was $10 a day to get in, or you could buy this. Because what was this? The yearly pass without the vehicle registration was like $80, wasn't it?
I think, yeah, it was like $80 some, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what they charge per day anymore, but it's, in my own humble opinion, it's honestly ridiculous, whatever it is.
Yeah, well, they got to pay for all those wolves killing the cattle.
Yeah, right. Somebody's got to save the wolves.
They're killing the cattle, Rip. They're killing the cattle. So
You see those holes? You come back here, I'm gonna fill them.
that's right.
I miss that show.
Yeah. Well, they're starting your other one back up, aren't they?
Which, Landman?
No, 83. Didn't they do a new one of that?
I don't know. Did they? I haven't heard anything
Pretty sure
about
they
that.
did. Or did they finish 1920? Whatever.
The last one I heard was there was a 1943.
Yeah, but they finished the one. Remember, because the 19 one was
Oh yeah,
Spencer.
when they stopped in the middle of it. Yeah,
Like
that
they
was
did.
1923.
Yeah. Didn't they finish that one? I didn't get to finish that one.
I never did either. So I honestly don't know if they ever did or not. I couldn't get into that one as much.
See, I like that one better than the 18 one.
I think, I liked Yellowstone, but I think 1883 was my favorite.
See, I
But
think I like
me, man.
1923.
I'm really into that whole Oregon Trail, Wild West history, stuff like that. Settling the Wild West and Indians and all that good stuff. So it was kind of right up my alley, my cup of tea.
Yeah, you're over there on the Xbox, hanging on the Oregon Trail simulator.
You gotta play your Red Dead Revolver somewhere. Red Dead Redemption it is now. They're coming out with a new one of those. Looks good.
Yeah, for sure.
Play it online and some guy will have a bazooka from Desert Storm in the Old West and kill you every time.
Hey, that's that Gabe Owners that we were talking about.
Oh, Gabe was in that game?
Gabe was in that game.
Oh, okay.
You ever met Gabe?
I've never met Gabe.
That's good. I was
sure
wondering
is.
about those Republican supporters over there. Heard they like guys by the
we
name Gabe.
we tend to not go that way. we like people with normal names. So,
Gabe is a normal name, dude. What are you talking about?
well, I mean, not when you got a last name like Owners.
Mr. Owners. So
Well, what's the rest of your weekend look like?
that's it, man.
Well, sounds all right to me.
Yeah, that's it. So we're going to the Great Wolf. We're gonna have a jolly old time. We're gonna probably hit up the hot springs in Glenwood.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's awesome.
You ever been?
I have. That's a great time.
Yeah.
That is
Do
a
a day of that.
humongous pool.
Yeah, so my week's booked, so we're going to do that City Pass, Great Wolf, and Probably the hot springs.
Okay. Well, have fun, man. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Get some relaxing in there too.
That's what I plan. You know me, dude. I'm always working, no play.
Yeah, oh, I know. I know. So it's good.
All right. Well, we're 2 weeks in a row, dude. So.
I know. We're on one, man. We got to do next week too.
Yeah. Hell yeah, we are.
Talk about how all your experiences over spring break go.
Absolutely.
All right.
So. All right.
Well, tell us how you say it. Is it up or down? Out? Yonder? Let us know what you think. Check us out on social media. We've got Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Give us a listen. Give us a watch. Hit us up. We're always looking for somebody new to interview. Don't be afraid to reach out.
Yep. And pick up our new taxidermy at home kit.
Yeah. Keep your pet. Keep Fido forever. You know.
Keep him forever. Maybe even your best friend.
Absolutely.
So. All right, buddy. Until next week.
All right, man. You have a good weekend. Enjoy yourself.
Do the same.
All right.